Guys, man, Summer Del Piso back once again with yet another video. Right now, we're still in Bulgaria, currently the city of Plovdiv. I realize that I've been depriving you guys, like not the real fans, because everyone that supports the channel, they're all real fans. Whether it be for the travel content, whether it be for the ascending content, the sexual retention content, so on and so forth. But I realize that I've been depriving the latter group, second ladder, of a lot of really worthwhile information. And so I'm gonna give you a bit of my observations that I've noticed recently as to something to take into the new year, right? So like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna get into it right now, right? So we're gonna get a little metaphysical here, so stick with me. The ideas that you carry, the raison d'etre that you define yourself with, right? On a day-to-day basis, those have vibrations, those have energy signatures to them. And so when you harbor those thoughts consistently within the body, you are convincing yourself, right, that these are true objective ideals. And so these things are going to affect your reality. I'm going to explain that a little bit more. So say for instance, I'll give an example. Say for instance, you know, obviously the sky is blue. But for some reason, you have like this ideal, or based on some of the information that you've seen on the internet, saying that the sky is actually red and we perceive it to be blue because of some malfunction in our code, right? And so the more you internalize that bit of information from the internet, the more it has like this significant charge in you. And so the people of the world will respond to you, even though the people of the world are going to still, perceive the sky as blue directly. They're going to respond to you as an outsider, as like some sort of rogue unit, because they're the charge of the thought that you're harboring within yourself, which is the sky is actually red, and due to a malfunction in our DNA, we perceive it to be blue. You are going to be, that people are not going to understand necessarily why they're not comfortable with you, but that's the reason why. It's because you are holding thoughts that are of a contradicting charge to their beliefs. This also could be said about a lot of things. I know you guys notice that on your semen retention journeys, for the men that are practicing it actively, that you tend to be more aggressive, and people tend to be more aggressive towards you, actually much more accurately or acutely. The reason is because most of the world doesn't really believe in semen retention. Most of the world do not believe in sexual retention or discipline. They believe in, licentious behavior because it's been whatever the validation is or the justification for that is. Oh, my parents have always done it and they were successful, and so I never gave it a second thought. Or the Bible validates us sleeping around or being fruitful and multiplying, and so I thought that it was just natural behavior, when in reality it's just a conditioning, right? And so the world is conditioned in this way, and you, the person that decided to go on semen retention and be counter towards the world, unconsciously, by the way, because you're not trying to be against anyone, or you don't want anyone to be your enemy. It's just that it's just the way it is, because that charge of the vibration of that thought of semen retention, of being sexually disciplined, is counter to the thoughts of the prevailing thoughts of the world. Think of it as you are sort of a rogue unit against the collective consciousness of the entire world. That's really what it is. What are some of the results that come about from the harboring of these kind of thoughts, or these kind of thoughts? Exactly. If you are not strong enough mentally, if you're not sort of having both your feet on the ground at all times, understanding what life is really about, or just trying to stay focused, or stay following that cardinal north, right, on the compass of your heart. If you don't have this, then this sort of aggression, really, this sort of passive aggressive behavior from the collective consciousness, which is counter to your newfound thoughts of rebellion, right? It's going to set you off. It's going to make you feel a little very unnoticed, very unseen, and very unliked. And your whole self-worth is going to tend to be challenged. This is why you need to have both feet on the ground. And of course, it's very, very important to be with like-minded individuals that also share these kind of beliefs and understand really the effects of holding a charge, thoughts in your mind that is of a countercharge to the collective consciousness of the world. This is really what it's about. And I'll give you guys a personal anecdote. I was realizing recently, because I came to this conclusion a very long time ago, but it's just trying to structure it and putting it into words. That's another story altogether. I sort of came to a conclusion that the whole idea of family, starting families in the world, is really, it sounds nice, you know, and it still sounds nice to me. Having a son or a daughter and having someone that you care about and going home after whatever it is that you're doing creatively or whatever your work is that, you know, brings an income for the family. You come into the house, you come into the apartment, and they're there waiting for you. That sounds very, very beautiful, right? But I've been recently thinking, you know, based on, you know, pattern recognition of what's been going on, the events in my life that's been going on in my past, and just every subsequent day, you know, in the present moment, I'm seeing these confirmations that life is probably not really meant for me. I desire it, yes. It'll be really cool to have family. Really cool to like really confide all of this with someone in. But the more I sort of move on with my life, the more I sort of live and have experiences and travel to places like this, you know, and learn more about people and find out more about the similarities of people and how the collective consciousness is really not just a cultural thing that exists geographically, but it exists everywhere, right? Ubiquitously. I'm really realizing that I don't know if the whole family thing is in the cards for me. I would love it, but I don't think so. And it's really because I am sort of like a rogue unit. I hold a lot of these thoughts that are counter to the collective consciousness's trajectory, right? Of normal thoughts, which are, you know, sexual licentious behavior, drinking excessively for celebrations, believing everything you see on social media, you know, feeling uncomfortable when someone is on semen retention in your space, you know, all that kind of stuff. This is what the collective consciousness of the world sort of holds and maintains, and I understand that I'm very, very counter that. There's only so much I could do. And of course, like even in the beginning of me posting on YouTube about semen retention and just about like metaphysics and energy, I always knew that that there was something up. Like there's no way I can go to an environment in New York. I can go to an environment in London. I can go to Switzerland, and we're getting the same effects. It's like the events in life, even like they repeat themselves. People are in secret competitions with me. People are seeking to dominate me in a social space, even though I'm just really, really interested in just learning information about the person that's invited themselves into the social space. I'm seeing this pattern for 34 years. I've been seeing this pattern over and over and over again, and this is the deduction I've come to. So that doesn't make me angry at the world. Of course not. Hello. This is just a result of what's happened here. You know, I guess it's nothing that I'm really losing sleep about. But it also does. You know, I also carry again a very, very grounding mantra. You know, help me accept the things that I can't change. About things that I can't change. I know I can change myself. I know I can adjust my behavior, understand people a little bit more, lend more patience, even though I know exactly the trajectory of their thoughts and their feelings and emotions, because I've seen it before and I've went through these things before when I was sort of less understanding or less appraising about my behavior and the patterns of my behavior. I sort of learned to just give a lot of grace to people and understand that really everything that happens in life is of a metaphysical nature. It is just a conflict of forces, ultimately. And so I say to you guys, the people that are struggling probably with this kind of stuff, aggression from the public, this is just what it is in the world. That should not ever take you off your balance. It should not ever take you off your pillar of personality, which is built through sexual discipline, built through austerity measures on the self, basically limiting the things that you really don't need, and having a dream and ambition for yourself for the future, whether that be becoming more enlightened, whether that be you know, having your own place and being having creative works publicized in the world, whatever it may be. You don't let the world or the collective consciousness's energetic signatures of their thoughts take you off your trajectory. You will be at conflict in the world the moment you start harboring a lot of these very, very powerful, benevolent, altruistic thoughts. And so just get ready for it, and don't be angry, and don't let the negativity spill out, right? Even though it's very, very difficult to. And with that being said, that is all I have to say about that today, guys. If you guys enjoy that kind of content, like, comment, subscribe, share the video with some peers. Listen, don't ever let this place get you down, man. I sort of, this is 2026, we're in a new year. I've always, even in 2025, I've come into like this whole state of acceptance, really. I just sort of watch the world, I see it, and I just move through it. I'm really just here, honestly. Of course, I realized too that due to like this stubbornness of mine, right, this obstinate nature of me seeing what's reality, right, with people, is that they don't want to change, and there's just a conflict of forces, right? I always still try to give a lot of myself to others in order to try to make them be a bit more giving and altruistic like I am. But it just doesn't work, and I just leave sort of depleted and more vexed at the fact that I wasted time and energy instead of just taking people at face value and just moving on with my life. So 2026, I'm gonna obviously reduce a lot of the favors that I do for people. That's not to say that I'm not going to be a kind person or be a generous person. It's just that you have to understand how the world is. You have to accept the world as it is, not how you like it to be. But you be the change that you want to see in the world. So you carry yourself with benevolence, but you never allow yourself to change into one of them. And don't expend your energy. Do not cast your pearls in front of swine. I love you all. I'll see you guys later in the next video. Woo!